Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and it's a Sunday, but I don't know when you'll see this one, okay? It's okay, it'll come up eventually. Right. Dog next door seems to be upset about something, but I'm sure it'll be right. I tried to iron the crease out of there, but it doesn't matter if I couldn't get it out. Now, I've been wanting to do little houses. I love doing little houses. I've done houses before. I want to make a row of little houses, okay? I want to do a row of applique houses. Now, I've got this size piece. Now, you're going to say to me, what are you going to do with that, Sonia? Well, I don't know. But while I was ironing it a minute ago, I thought, well, I could just make the little row of houses and applique this onto something else one time, or whatever. It doesn't matter. I really don't think I'm going to worry. I could turn it into a cover and put it around a book like that. I don't know. I just want to do this, okay? So I've collected up pieces of fabric that's got squares and stripes on, because that's what this is what I was after. Squares and stripes. So I've collected up pieces of fabric, and some of these a bit big that I haven't cut a piece off yet. I cut a bit off of these bits, and then I put some over here, you know, because I'm going to need roofs and things, right? Now, I'm not doing it with any sort of visor fix or something, and that's something that you can iron onto the back of your work and then iron on the back of your fabric and then press it onto there, or freezer paper, whatever people use. And I just don't want to do that for some reason, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue on mine. I'm going to stick a bit of glue on it. Now this one here is a really pretty piece. I'm going to have to work out where they want to go. So and of course the idea of the stripes and the squares is I'm going to cut it straight. But you know, you don't know whether that's really what you want in the long run, whether you want a straight house or you want a bit of crooked house or whatever it is. But I might start up about there for the line of them. This is a selvage that I've got here. Now the selvage can be later embroidered. I suppose I could just do some stitches on that if I wanted to cover it in, or whatever, you know, the case may be. Well, now we can have a tall house, and we can have a short one next, I suppose. Let's see if we've got a piece of cut out something shorter. Let me see. I want to put them fair next to one another. So I'm going to cut this one in half, I think. I'll use the big scissors and I'll just cut that in half. Okay. Alright. So far. So far so good, I suppose. I've got this piece here that's got a flower growing up the side of it, and that's good, isn't it? Because he can have the flower growing up the side of him, and that's okay. Rightio. Now, whether I'm making them too big or not, I don't know. I might start over on the end. I might start over on the edge here, and you've got that one and that one. So that's two. But see, there'll be a little bit of work in getting it going, because they're going to have little doors and windows and all that sort of thing. So we have to take into account that it's going to take a little while to do that. Okay, so that one can be a short one, maybe a little short one. Yeah, we'll cut that. I hope I'm in the shot here. Yeah, good. We'll cut that one and we'll make that a short one. Alright. I don't know if I want them overlapping. I haven't figured that bit out yet. There's another shortish one. Cut that off there. Last time I did one, I only ended up putting two pieces on a piece of fabric, and it wasn't enough. It wasn't what I was after. It was just not what I wanted. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do a little line of them, and just I did one with hats on once. The roofs, there was hats, because I cut out all the hat pictures, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed doing that. I really did. And that one there is nice. A little bit dark. Is he too dark for the picture? He could be. He could be too dark, Sonia. You might have to change that up. I don't know. I like it. But it did make it too dark, didn't it? Honestly, it did. Yes. We'll stick with these to start with, and then we could, if we feel like making another one, we can. It's just for fun and just for practice and sewing or whatever. You know, that's the wrong side. I'll turn it. I noticed that when it blew away, it was the wrong side. Okay. They're close to the same size, aren't they? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be worrying about that, I don't think. And then I have this bit here, which maybe I could put in between those two, and that one make that a little bit more, you know, up and down sort of thing, if you know what I mean. What do you reckon about that? This is too big, too out there, you know. It's taking that look. See, it took over the paper, piece of paper, didn't it? The page, whatever. How about that one in place of it? And you don't need to be. No, you're doing it wrong. So you're doing it wrong. You can't be doing that. It's not going to work. You're going to have some the same. It won't matter if they're the same size, will it? I'm thinking I need to change that. Where's some pink? Here's some pink. Look, stick a bit of pink on there. There's a little pink house. Okay, there's a pink house, and there's a. Maybe if we even can. Do you think we could? No. You want them on the same level. This thing is driving me crazy here. This breeze. I have to have it though because otherwise I can't breathe. I need to breathe. Okay, so this can go here. Okay. No, I don't know if I like that. It's not right. I've got another pink thing that's got pink on it, but it's not right. Now. I must have some pink square fabric somewhere. Check fabric, pink. I would have. Why didn't I just get a piece of that instead of in that great big bit? I don't think I want to put that there. It's just too over the top, isn't it? Too way over the top. Don't want the blues together. We need different colours. Well, there will be when you put the roofs on, won't there? How about this? Okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just go with it, alright? But hang on a minute. There's something else. There's another issue. Nah. I have something else, but I'm going to put it on different things. So let's just do this. Let's just do this one first. Right, let's stick it down. I'm going to put a bit of glue on behind them so they won't fly away. If this works all right, I bought this from not that long ago on half price, and I'm hoping that it's going to work because I'm going to be real upset with it all if it doesn't work because I haven't had it that long. It should be okay. It's sticking so far so good. I've got a little bit of and it is blue, but it dries clear, supposedly. Glue stick. Okay. All over me. Right, and put that with there. Yeah, I've got 7. I've got 7 houses. Okay. So you don't have to have it, the corners turned over. It's up to you if you want to do the edges. It's up to you, but we're going to sew around them anyway. So, you know, I'm going to do a blanket stitch around them as far as I know. We'll see what happens. You have to see how it works. So, there we go. I hope that sort of dries out better than it's supposed to dry clear. Can I say that? Yeah, it says it dries clear. So, push this bit out a bit further. This bit. Maybe it doesn't dry clear on fabric. Don't say that. Oh dear, Sonya, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that's better. It's brighter, isn't it? We'll turn it over. Okay. Righto. Now I'm going to have to do these bits first, which I hope is not going to lose your attention. Because after I put them bits on, we're going to put roofs and we're going to put doors and windows, aren't we? and some embroidery maybe, I'd say. Just depends. I actually have a lot of appliques that I've cut out, applique flowers, and I was thinking about putting them on there, but they're too big. They're too big. I won't be able to fit it on there. So now I'm just going to stitch around. I might just do a few, and then I'll start to do the roofs and that on, so you can see how it's going, okay? You want to see what's happening with it. Gee, I'm having a terrible time picking up things with these nails, but I'm not getting rid of them. I really like them, and that's what they're going to be like for always now, or maybe a different colour. What colour should I do next, people? Tealy blue, I thought. Nice tealy blue colour, something like that. You know, that's what I'm going for next, I think. Is this drying? It's supposed to be drying clear. It's not drying at all, that's why. It will. Anyway, the door will probably go over the top of that. So now I'm going to get myself some nice piece of thread. I'm going to use a piece of embroidery thread, and I want something that's only thin, because I'm only going to do a nice thin little stitch around the edge of it. A lot different to what I've been doing with it, using the thicker thread all the time with the others, isn't it? That won't work. Wait a minute. That's a bead one. We can't have that one today. Let me use this one. Now, what colour have I got there? Blue. I might use this one to go around it with. This piece, I suppose, can be included in applique. I'll write that it's applique because it's applying these pieces, and I did a lot of work like this when I first started, and I did it, and did I turn it over? No, I didn't. I blanket stitched around all the edge of it. I did, and it was good fun. It was really good fun to do. And that's how I started a lot of other different things. I used to make the clothes for the... No, I did knitting. I did a lot of clothes for my eldest daughter. And I did a lot of... I did clothes and stuff for my son too, because he had to wear nighties, because that was back in the olden days when boys wore nighties. And they had matinee jackets. And now they put babies in jeans as soon as they're born, and that's okay. I mean, everybody wants to, you know, have their baby in themselves. I suppose it's up to them. Now, the only thing with this is, I think I'll just do around this area, because that part there's going to have a roof on it, see, and that will be covered over. And that'll be stitched in a different way. So this is how I do my applique pieces, or I did, because... if you lose your mojo, you're supposed to go back and do things that you once did, but I haven't lost mine at all. I just want to do this, and I just want to do it because I just want to do it, that's all. Okay? And that is drying, so that's good. If you put it in the middle, it should be right. You shouldn't need to go through anything in that, and maybe you might have to when you go to put the door and that on. It should be okay, because I've been sewing through it now for a while. The glue stick, and it works all right. Other lots of glue won't work really good for you, especially if it's not dry too. Won't work good for you at all. I've got this piece here that doesn't belong. So you just make sure that you're picking up the back. Try and keep your stitches straight and level. Oh, it's up to you, I suppose, but it's good if you do, if you can keep them at the same distance, and once you do that and you keep practicing, it just works for you. You keep practicing. You can put this down with a straight stitch if you like, but I want to do this because I do not want it to fray undone any more than what it already has done. I was going to do some with some wool fabric, and I will do that somewhere. You know, I might not do that till next year or something, I don't know. Because I've got so many things that I want to do, but this house thing has been bugging me for a really long time, and I really, really, really wanted to do this. And the day that when I did that other one, I did a small house, two small little wacky houses, and I did some embroidery on it and that, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. This was what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it a line-up of little houses. little houses. I just don't know why, but I just did. And I didn't do it. You know how you start to do something and just doesn't turn out right, so it was all right, I suppose. I don't mind the piece of work. It's not, not exactly what I was after, though. Sometimes you do drift off into a different world, I suppose. Then we go along the bottom. You can do this in a different colour if you want to. It's up to you if you want to do. I've got this because I think I might continue on with doing it on all of them. I don't know yet. If you want it to be more predominant, you can do that. If you want it to sit out more, your edges. You can do that if you want to. Different colour. And sometimes I think maybe I should have done, but I don't know. I don't think I want to, and that's why I've done this, right? Because I've got windows and doors and things to put on, and I want my colours, how I like my colours going. And it might not work if I don't think about this properly. Now I'm going to have to sneak up in here. Oh, I've got that piece there folded over, because this is you're gonna have to come up this side of this one and then the other side of the other one. That makes sense, doesn't it? I'm coming up the side of the house, all right, and then I'm gonna have to side the side of the other house, okay, because they're not together. There's a tiny gap there, and that's okay. Missed that bit. Get that bit. It's alright, I'm still here. Just don't get worried, I'm still hand lifters. I'm still here. So when I sew around this other piece next to it, you're going to be able to see the sewing because it's a lighter colour. This is two different colours, blue and white. So I'm going to I'll use a green on the next one, I think, but I'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see my stitches, and that's all right because they should be tidy. They should be tidy, Sonya. Okay. And if I put too much stuff on here to start with, which I probably shouldn't have glued it all on here at the same time, but it makes it a bit harder for you to get at the piece. But anyway, it's all right. I'm good. I definitely will be getting myself some sort of a stand with a hoop on it. Now that I've got a few ideas of stuff that I want to do. It's not easy though to do something while it's on the stand. You got to be careful too. It's not something that's easy. So because things, oh well, it's okay when you get used to it to put it in a hoop or a frame. Is what I'm talking about. It's okay when you're used to it. See, this I wouldn't want to put in anything unless it was long, and then you've got to be able to get your arm around there behind it and stitch through. So I don't know, sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes it's not. It just depends what you're doing. So what do I need? A bit of green now. I need a bit of green because I'm just going to do around one more and then I can do the outside work on the roof and things. I can stitch the rest of it on while you're not looking, maybe. And then I can do the roof and the roofs and things on it. Should probably be a couple of videos on this, maybe 3. I don't know. See how we go, eh? It's really weird. I do have a thing about houses. When I look in front of myself here, I got this little house pin cushion I made. I got this little house book that I made. Look at that. So there's a thing about houses here, Sonya. I don't know, they're a good subject. They're good subjects, and you can do anything you like with them, see? The majority of us have one, a house. Live in one, I should say, don't we? I'll start up here. Getting it caught up here, right? Now the fabric that I'm using on the background is a really good piece of cotton, really good piece of cotton fabric. Actually, it might not be, it could be a bit, cotton's very, it's nice, but it can be wrinkly sometimes. Maybe a cotton blend of some sort this could be. But it's a really good piece, just the thing to put this sort of stuff onto, to do your bit of embroidery on. It's just the thing. I've got it from one of the thrift shops. Most of this stuff that I get from the thrift shops, or because there's no stores in town now to buy fabric, and I don't really buy a lot. You know, I do buy it, but not new. A lot of it's new, but I buy it. Hang on, that made sense. Don't buy it from the shops. I like to get it from garage sales or whatever. You know, if I can do it that way. If I'm lucky somebody gives it to me some too, so that's really good. Now, so you can see these ones, and they look really ducky, don't they? Stitches going down here. Of course, these don't all have to be the same, these little hooses. They do want stitches on them. Hold them on. Well, I was going to say you can do this by machine, but you can't, because this is not going to be the same thing if you do it by machine, is it? Eh? It's not the same. If you want to be a little bit of applique, it can be machine applique, but this was hand applique. Hand applique little houses on a row. Yeah, that's what we're going to call this. Hand applique little houses in a row. I had a song. I better not sing to you. Yeah, little boxes on the hillside. And they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. Only, sorry people, I won't do that to you again. It's really weird, you know, because when we first moved to Orange when I was a child, there was, we used to live on a bit of a hill with all these little houses above a factory in Orange. We did, little boxes on the hillside. And that was a song that was around then, I think, or maybe before. I don't know how old it was, but had the little boxes on the hillside. And they did too, all it's the same. They don't quite so much now, because a lot of people have bought them and changed them up a bit, you know, but a lot of them are, gee, they were little houses. They must have been built, I don't know when it was when the war was on, or for the factory workers, or what they were built there for. To be honest, I can't say. I really don't know the answer to that. It wasn't here in Parks there. Did I say it was in Orange? We first moved there, back there when I was young, and then we come back here. I come back home when I got older enough. Now this is furry a bit, but that's texture, you know. It's just nice texture because it's frayed, and that's okay. I don't mind that on there at all. I don't know why, but I seem to be sitting on the end of this table, on the edge of the table. It's It's really ridiculous, you know, this weather. It was supposed to be in the throes of summer or something, are we? Or maybe not summer anymore. Maybe there's spring. No, what do we get after autumn? We got autumn now, righto. We're supposed to be having autumn, I think. Is it? Okay. March, April, May, June. Yes. It's supposed to be autumn now, so it's really weird how it's gone. It looks like it fell to winter to me. It's like it fell straight into winter. Now, if I don't like that later, which I probably won't, you know, I can put a step across there, can't I? You know, there's lots of things you can add to the house. So I can put a step on it. If I want to put a little step there, a piece of board, made out of fabric, of course. Yeah, I can do that. Isn't it, mate? You know, it's really strange, you know. I was really wrapped up in that journaling thing for a really long time. And yesterday when I went up there to do a can assist, because I usually, well, when you see this, it probably won't be yesterday, I usually go straight for the books and see what I can find there, and I just didn't be bothered yesterday. I couldn't be bothered. I got enough, and I really do like the journaling, but I found that this is more my thing, I think, you know. And maybe if you do what you really, you know, when you're good at, you probably should do that. I think I did the journal, it's okay, but I'm running out of cotton here, so I'm going to go through the back. I might even start the roof now, because I can just do that and then nobody will worry, will they? And some windows or something. And I can finish that bit in a second. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I've changed my mind. I can change my mind, can't I? Nobody will worry about that if I do or not. I have to have a drink of water in a minute. Losing my breath here. My throat's getting a bit yucky. Come on. Righto. Mouthful of water. You go back over there. I only got half an inch or an inch to go here, so I should probably finish this, shouldn't I? Just come up through the back where I finished up there and just keep going. To the end. I might even nick a bit off that one, that piece there, because so I can stitch it apart from it. I should have probably had them a bit further apart. I could have put a tree or something. Don't go changing it, Sonia, because this is what you want to do, wasn't it now? Yes. We don't have our houses close together here in Australia like they do in England. In the UK, I think a lot of places are built really close together. We do have them built close together, you know, but not, that's called terraced houses. But in England, I don't know if America used too, but I know we don't. In England, they're all alongside one another. Okay. And that's all right. I mean, it's just amazing. It's not very nice, but my neighbours are not that far away, but we're not used to living next to one another in Australia. I don't know. I suppose we do. We do. I mean, it's, I guess it's warmer if you're closer together, isn't it? A little warmer. I'm being all silly. See, our houses have got big backyards too here. I suppose we've got a bit more space in Australia. I guess it's a bit more spacey. That doesn't look too bad with that a bit further over, does it? I've just made the houses further apart now, after all. I suppose I could put probably a little bit of something up there. I don't know yet. We'll have to see what I'll go for. I suppose we live in a really big country too. That's why we can have more space. in Japan they don't have very much space. A young girl come here one time. She was billeting with a friend of mine, and she brought over here for me to show her a bit of sewing and that. And she was absolutely stunned about the size of the places that we have here. She said her flat was the size of our bathroom or kitchen. She said she was just couldn't believe how big our house was. Oh well, and at my friend's place too. She just couldn't believe it that our places were so big. Right, so how is this going to look? What am I going to do with that? Make a shape on it, Sonia. Turn it into a roof. Okay, righto. I could have a roof. I could try this. I don't know how I'm going to go. I'll have a go at it. Let's see what I do. I'm going to cut this frilly bit off the top. Do that first. You don't want the frilly bit. Right. Now, I'm going to put it on here because I like it in this position. Now, that's really crooked. These are not much chop. They are, but not for this. Too big. Too big. Now, if I put that on there, bring it down a bit and make a thing like that. Is that right? Ah, dear. You see. We'll see what happens, eh? I'll cut that off there. There's that bit. So far, so good. And go that way. No, leave it go on that way. Do I go that way further? No, because then you won't have any left, will you? I can't because that'll come in over there. Oh, gee, I'm going to have to need a different piece of material now. That's not going to work because it's not big enough. Hang on, look, I've got plenty. We don't want to panic about it now. Nobody panic. Right, try this again. You need a bigger piece of fabric, Sonia. Do this. Okay. All these little bits are going to have to go into something. I used to sew them together once and make, like, I don't know, thread soup or something. Just to make a piece, you can make a piece of fabric out of it. Okay, that way. I don't want it to go too far over the edge because then it'll be in the road of the next roof, won't it? That's a bit large. Okay, and you want to put a roof in there, so you need to make a space. And make sure you're going to do this. You have to make sure this is going to go well as you all the way along, not just at that bit. Hey, where's another bit of? No, that's the wrong colour. Same colour as that one. It's not going to work, is it? How about if I put a bit of this? No, the same colour as that one. What have I done here? Everything's scattered all over the place because that's the fan doing that to me. It is. Okay, let me see. What about plain something? Whoa, that's red, Sonia. You know you don't like red. There's a nice stripy one. That probably would have made a good house. Too late now. You've done that. I need a roof. I'm going to go out of my comfort zone now, aren't I? This is burgundy, but it's still red to me. It's still red. That back there. Gotcha. Okay. Now, well, I haven't taught you much yet. Only what I want to do. That's all I've showed you so far, haven't I? Just what I want to do. But this is going to take it's a little bit of testing. You know, if you go to do something different that you haven't done this in a long time, of course it's going to be testing to see how it goes. This is way too big. This is way too big and way too gawky, isn't it? Righto, so we're going to snip that down a bit. I need a different pair of scissors. Oh, these should work all right. Okay, so stop that. Stop it. Okay, So you've still got a little bit of time here. Right. Don't have to watch the battery anymore, isn't that good? Now that was just willy-nilly, wasn't it? Willy-nilly. That looks good. Don't mind that at all. I do like that. But we need to put one in here for this house, don't we? So we can't be too... Okay, right. Now what are you going to do? You didn't think about that, did you? About their roofs going over the top of the other roof. Because that's what's going to happen here. This is going to go... Okay. Now, well, as you can see, I've come to the part where I've mucking it up, and I'm going to have to go soon because I've got to do some other things. But I need to... My time will be run out on this. That doesn't look too bad, that colour on there, does it? Looks really nice. Looks really nice on there. I just see if I can make it about there. Too high. So if you're doing, when you do your roof, if you fold it over like that, that's a good idea because then you'll have both sides the same, hopefully. So I don't think there would be any other way they could turn out somehow. I guess I don't mind that happening like that, righto? I'm good with that bit. That comes over that house a bit, and that's okay. I don't mind that. And you got to think now you're going to need to put a chimney on there too, so that's going to be another something. And same here. And then where's the red one? We're going to put this burgundy colour one. We're going to put that on there, I think. But I don't know how I'm going to do that without mucking this up. Wait a minute, we'll just cut this across here. Get this the right size for there. Is that right, what am I doing? Oh dear, yes, maybe, house, roof thingy. Okay, if you put that there like that, oh yeah, bring it down a bit. Make it like it's a... You haven't cut it properly to do that with it. Okay. So I'm going to make this part maybe just come straight down onto there. Righto, that's got it. That's got that bit. Wait a minute, tiny bit. Not too much now, Sonia, just a tiny bit off there. Okay. So that can go there like that. Look, that works. And this one here, got to put it back over here. Come on, get yourself back over there. And I might put him behind that one. What do you reckon? And behind that one. Nope, not right. In front of that one and behind that one. I don't know, let's just stick that on there with a bit of stuff. I'm actually going to pin it, look, with these board pins. People tell me these were board pins, isn't that cool? But you know what? I can pin my piece of my house on there, look at that. Put my house bits on. Whoops, you're pushing it into your fingernails, so you're not the house at all. Oh, these are going to look really cool, aren't they? I'm excited. Anyway, so thank you everybody for watching, and we're going to continue on with this little bloke and keep working on it. And the other things that I'm making too, I promise. It's all here. I've got boxes here and it says circles I'm working on, crazy patchwork I'm working on, good fabric. The grasshopper's there. There's my flowers. There's my crazy patch tutorial. There's my redo doily tutorial. There's my things for kids. And this is my bead knitting, and I've got all my tutorials all around me. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.